Hey, hi, hello. It's the Jesse LaSala show covering week 1 and discovering week 2 of the NFL season. Um, Last week, not so good, but that's okay. I went 9-7. There's always that first week of weirdness. You don't know which team is which. You're just kind of grasping at what you think may happen, and that's exactly what I did. And your boy came out on top, 9-7. That's not bad. This week, after gaining a little bit of knowledge on some of these teams and where their heads are at, I hope to do a little better. We shall see. I had Philadelphia over Minnesota for the Thursday night game. That was kind of a no-brainer. Tomorrow, or today, the Los Angeles Chargers at the Tennessee Titans. For some reason, I'm taking the Titans. I think if the Titans don't win this game, Ryan Tannehill is on bench duty very shortly and soon, because he fucking blew that game against the Saints. I mean, gift wrapped it and everything. So there's that. Green Bay at Atlanta. How about that Jordan Love, though, right? 3 touchdowns, most of which coming on 3rd or 4th down. What they call the money plays. Your boy played great when he needed to. There were a few weird passes, maybe a drop here or there, but also it was the Bears, so we really don't know. However, Aaron Jones is probably out for this game. And we still don't know the status of Christian Watson. I believe Romeo Doubs will play. Elton Jenkins is also a little banged up. We'll see. But injuries aside, who do you think I'm taking here? The Packers. Now, I'm going to have to eat a little crow from my bro, Mr. Larry Frazier, because that's his team, the Falcons, and I'm sure we'll be doing some texting back and forth during that game, but hopefully the Pack come out on top of that one. Next is Indianapolis at Houston. I like what I saw from Anthony Richardson, their quarterback. They didn't get it done last week, but I think he's figuring it out, and Houston still kind of sucks. This is like a flip a coin game. I'm just taking Indy just for the fuck of it. Seattle at Detroit. I got Detroit. I don't know what the fuck Seattle was doing last week. However, I will put a little money down on Seattle to cover the 8.5, because I don't think Detroit's really that good. But I still think they're going to win this week at home. Chicago at Tampa Bay. We all saw what Chicago did last week. A lot of Justin Fields throwing 3-yard passes. Like I said, homie makes one look, one read, and then runs, and he's damn good at it, but it's not going to win you very many games. I like Tampa Bay at home. Baker Mayfield looks rejuvenated. Las Vegas at Buffalo. Buffalo. How do you lose to Zach Wilson? You had all this momentum with Aaron Rodgers going down. We'll get to that later. Zach Wilson comes in, his head spinning. He immediately throws an interception. Josh Allen, why are you throwing up fucking Hail Marys when you got dudes wide open down the middle? Just be a fucking game manager. I think that shootout that he got in with Kansas City last year, like, fucked with his head a little bit. Like, now he thinks he has to, like, just chuck the ball down the field and try to make shit happen. And, oh, I gotta get Stephon Diggs the ball. And, dude, just fucking win the game. And I think against Las Vegas, they will tone it back a little bit. Relax. I got Buffalo winning this one. Kansas City at Jacksonville. This one's probably going to be my favorite game to watch, aside from the Packers game, because Kansas City last week, without Travis Kelce, without their big ass defensive tackle Chris Jones, they lost by 1 point at home to Detroit, which I think, well, first of all, fuck you, Kansas City. I had you in like every single one of my parlays. You fucked me over. But Kansas City's going to come back with a vengeance. I don't care how healthy Kelce is. If he's on the field, they're automatically better. And Chris Jones is going to eat Travis Etienne's ass up. He's probably going to hit Trevor Lawrence a few times. I got Kansas City going on the road to Jacksonville and winning. They can't go 0-2, right? Baltimore at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's another one. Where were you last week? I did remember picking the Browns to beat the Bengals, but this week you can't go down 0-2, right? Joe Burrow will not allow that to happen. And Baltimore, this isn't like a must-win game for them. This is a fucking must-win game for Cincinnati. And I don't think Burrow's going to let it happen. So, bet the Bengals. New York Giants at the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals looked a little spunky last week. Like, they forgot they were supposed to be losing these games, right? Josh Dobbs came in and, like, fucked around and almost found out. I got the Giants after a 40-0 showing against Dallas last week. Giants will pull this one out. San Francisco at the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams kind of surprised people last week by beating the Seahawks, but the 49ers have had the Rams number over the past 3 or 4 seasons. I don't know, whenever Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan kind of stepped into their positions. I got the 49ers here. They're probably one of the most talented teams in the league overall. New York Jets, at the Dallas Cowboys. Woo. So, the Aaron Rodgers injury. Saw that motherfucker running out with the American flag on 9/11, it was almost like it was too good to be true, right? Now, insider football talk is that, well, I already knew the Jets' offensive line was garbage. I mean, pretty much everyone did. So that was sort of the thing I was looking towards. Damn, are we going to get the first round pick for him playing a certain amount of downs? And behind that offensive line, and, you know, he likes to hold on to the ball too long, and, you know, he's so afraid of throwing interceptions that he has to have a certain amount of trust with his receivers, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But the Hard Knocks thing, the HBO series that made him look like a real cool guy, which he is, but he fucked up. On the play that he got injured, the guy blocking that ultimately let the defender come and sack him, he threw a fucking like shove block, a cut block, or a chop block, or whatever they used to call it. Meaning, he was supposed to throw it immediately. Like, that's what the play design was called for. Instead, he didn't like what he saw, or he wanted to make a bigger play, or whatever it was in his mind. He decided, oh, I'm just gonna try to escape this one. And he gets chased down because he's fucking almost 40. And people want to talk about the turf and like, oh God, we gotta get natural grass and all this shit. And, you know, the turf is notoriously bad in New Jersey. Like, so many injuries have occurred on that same turf where Rodgers tore his shit up. I thought it would last longer than 4 plays. So, Zach Wilson against the Dallas Cowboys, who seem to look pretty tough on defense. The Jets going into Dallas. God, I want to take the Jets so bad. Okay, here's my compromise. I'm going to take the Jets to cover, which I think is 8.5 points. But the Cowboys will win, despite themselves. There's just something weird about this game where Dak Prescott's going to throw like fucking 3 interceptions and it'll come down to the last minute kind of thing. But Dallas will ultimately pull it out because Zach Wilson will do something fucking stupid, and then who knows, you might have like Joe Flacco coming through. Let's see here. Washington at Denver. Washington almost blew it against Arizona last week, I think it was. Yep. At Denver. Russell Wilson didn't look that bad last week. He lost a fumble, I think. Definitely lost at home to the Raiders in a low-scoring affair. I think Denver wins this one. Sean Payton's not going to lose 2 games in a row, right? Fuck both those teams. Miami at New England. This is the Sunday night game. I don't want to keep doing this, but I'm going to zag. Everyone thinks Miami's going to win. Somehow I think New England's going to win. We'll see. Then Monday Night Football, we get 2 games on Monday night. First of which, New Orleans at Carolina. Now, New Orleans looked Last week I told you that if you're not going to win at home in week 1 in New Orleans with a crazy wild-ass crowd going to go against the fucking Raiders.
Who did they beat? No, the
Titans. In a game that really Tannehill gave you 3 interceptions and you only won by 1 point. Like, I don't have much stock in this New Orleans team. Monday Night Football on the road at Carolina. I know Carolina's quarterback is only 5'5". Has to sit on some goddamn phone books to drive a car, but I'm taking Carolina. Call me crazy. And then the second game on Monday Night Football, Cleveland at Pittsburgh. I didn't like what I saw out of Pittsburgh. I thought the Pickett to Pickens combo was going to be alive and well. But damn, Cleveland's defense is solid. I think they're going to be up Kenny Pickett's ass all night. Myles Garrett's going to truck him at least once. And I got Cleveland winning this one. So those are my picks. If you want to put locks, here's my absolute locks. I got a lock that Tampa Bay is going to beat Chicago. And I got a lock that Dallas is going to beat the New York Football Jets. Those are my 2 locks. Thanks for listening. And until next time, don't die.